Namaste, Professor Sarin and
Namaskar.
Dr. Kanica, Kaushal. Welcome to this Zoom platform. And also colleagues, all of you who have joined on this Zoom platform, a warm welcome to all of you from UGC. And there are many others who are watching the live streaming of this program. Friends, you know that UGC is collaborating with ILBS on a very interesting program called SMILES. We all know that India is an emerging economy. We wish to become a developed country by 2047. But a developed India is possible only when we realize a healthier India. All of us have to adopt a balanced lifestyle, which is active. We need to maintain good physical health as well as mental health. Often we keep worrying about our heart or our blood pressure or something else, but we don't look at liver as a possible cause of many illnesses if we don't maintain the health of liver. Today we have Professor Sarin and his colleague to talk about why maintaining good health of liver is important. A healthier liver will lead to a healthier person, which will then help us in building a better India. I would like to once more extend my warm welcome to Professor Sarin, who is the Chancellor of ILBS, with significant contributions in this area. So we will first hear Professor Sarin and then followed by his colleague from ILBS. Professor Sarin, please go ahead.
Thank you, Chairman Sir, and it's a great privilege for me. And you have given the very important message. For 2047, we need a healthier India, and that's what my vision, and that's what the vision I think of the country is, that if we have young, strong Indians, maybe we will have a much better generation to come. ILBS is a deemed to be university under UGC, and I bring greetings from it, except that this is the only university, and we would like to have many such universities. I would also like to welcome all the chancellors, vice chancellors, and other colleagues who have joined, especially the students. Personal health, ignorance is not a bliss. You need to know about yourself like you know your car. And be nirogi, be dirgayu, maybe shatayu. To start with, a high liver fat precedes diabetes and heart diseases by 15 years, and 1 in 3 Indians have it. And above 18, 24 crore लोगों को probably fatty liver है. I'll briefly tell you why liver health is your life. We all know that liver synthesizes, it is your metabolic factory, it detoxifies, but very few know that all your immunity, your resistance to fight COVID, or your blood sugar and fat, they are all controlled by liver, an organ which is 1.5 kilogram in right side of your body. In fact, it is the boss. Normally, liver has less than 5% fat. If due to calories or your genes, it has more than 10% fat, you see there's a large whitish liver, it's a fatty liver. And this changes your gut bacteria. The fat in the liver, don't worry about this complicated diagram. All these white cells are liver cells with fat. Body doesn't like these. So they will send their white cells to kill the fat containing liver cells. So it is like a hepatitis. It is like an alcohol injury. This heals by scarring, fibrosis, and leads to cirrhosis and liver cancer. The blood readout of this injury in the liver due to fat is high ALT. And as I say, the cost is enormous of fatty liver disease. Once the liver cells have fat, the insulin does not get into these cells. And more insulin is produced by pancreas, and over a period of time, pancreas gives up, you get diabetes. This is an example, and you can tell your parents, and maybe the faculty across can learn. There is a guy who is 55, his blood sugar is 95. This liver is healthy, no cell has fat. Here is the liver with fat in the cells. So when he gets up in the morning, he has a sugar of 95, but he uses 2 units of insulin. This guy who has fat in the liver uses 20 units. His sugar is also normal. This is called insulin resistance. This is the beginning of all other complications. So whenever you get your blood sugar, get your fasting insulin done. I therefore tell you diabetes is a liver disease. Any one of you who wants to become diabetic, raise hands. If not, listen carefully how to prevent it. In India today, of the number of patients that we see of liver cancer, 40% of them have diabetes. Means diabetes takes you to liver cancer. Now, I told you two things, increase fat and increase ALT. I also told you diabetes due to liver fat. But now, here is a guy who goes for his blood test. भाई मेरा कोलेस्ट्रॉल ज़्यादा है, ट्राइग्लिसराइड है, उसने फटाफट दवाई डॉक्टर से लिखाई और ले ली. ये नहीं पूछा वो आया कहाँ से कोलेस्ट्रॉल. This fat from the liver goes into your blood and you have high cholesterol. This deposits on the arteries which become hard, you get blood pressure, heart disease, kidney disease, bones are porous, cancers develop, you get a stroke and stones in gallbladder. All this is a spillage of extra fat from the liver. And therefore, fat in the liver is the core to all NCDs. Now, whether you take biology or you take engineering or you take architecture, immaterial. Your body is your responsibility. Remember, liver fat precedes diabetes and heart disease by 15 to 20 years. If you have fatty liver, prevent development of diabetes in your life. Aim कि यार बीमार नहीं पड़ूं, डॉक्टर के नहीं जाऊं. Blood pressure, heart disease, kidney disease, cancers. I request through the chairman, to the UGC, to all students and those who are listening, be the change and make young India healthy. Indians with fatty liver. What is the number? So this study got published just 2 days ago from our center. This is the Mohalla Clinic study of about 6,000 individuals where we did blood test. Imagine in Delhi, general population, 56% of the people have fatty liver disease. And it is more common as the age increases, the rich people with low physical activity. Also remember, 11% may be lean. So in India, there is a tsunami of fatty liver. Now you want to know, यार मेरा liver ठीक है, गड़बड़ है, डॉक्टर के जाऊं या नहीं जाऊं. I'll tell you, by the end of it, you can diagnose. Remember, it is your responsibility and therefore pay attention. All of you know hemoglobin कितना होना चाहिए? 15. So pink color है, hemoglobin ठीक है. लिवर का एक टेस्ट है, हम इसे SGPT या ALT कहते हैं. मेल्स में 30 से कम, फीमेल्स में 19 से कम होना चाहिए. It costs just about 20-30 rupees. How many of you know? If you don't know, get it done next time you ever get a blood test done. High ALT, as I told you, is a marker of injury in the liver. Those who have fatty liver and have high ALT develop diabetes 5 to 20. By the time you're 25, 30, you may get diabetes. So do I have fatty liver? शुड आई वरी? देखो इस आदमी पतला दुबला है, इसका लिवर कितना खुश है, इसका देखो लिवर कितना दुखी है. How do they present? Some of them are diagnosed just by routine tests. But many will say fatigue. सर शाम को सीढ़ी नहीं चढ़ी जाती, मैं थक जाता हूँ, क्योंकि सारी एनर्जी मसल्स ने ले ली, आपकी ऑक्सीजन वहां चली गई. फैटी लिवर वाले जल्दी थकते हैं, खेल नहीं सकते, उनके पेट में दर्द होता है, एसिडिटी होती है, ज्यादा खर्राटे लेते हैं, एंड ऑफ कोर्स ब्लड टेस्ट में गड़बड़ हो सकती है. So now the test starts. All of you should be able to diagnose, do you have fatty liver? Self-test. If you or your family has obesity, diabetes, blood pressure, heart or kidney disease or liver disease, cancers or polycystic ovary, you have fatty liver. If your weight is more than height minus 100, 170 हाइट है तो वेट 70 है. अगर आप फीमेल हैं तो 105 घटाना है, और अगर फैमिली हिस्ट्री है तो आपको 110 घटाना है. सो ए मेल विथ ए फैमिली हिस्ट्री शुड वेट 65, ए फीमेल शुड हैव ए वेट ऑफ 60. एंड ऑफ कोर्स एज आई टोल्ड यू, ब्लड टेस्ट, शुगर, हाई कोलेस्ट्रॉल और ट्राइग्लिसराइड, and ultrasound with fat, you can diagnose yourself. You don't need to go to a doctor. So let me revise this part. How do you suspect fatty liver? Anybody with diabetes, अपने मम्मी पापा भाई बहन सबका चेक करा देना मोहल्ले के अंदर. You are the doctor for them. You are educated. Anybody who is overweight, above BMI 23, test, detect, manage, reverse. Or if you are lean, and I'll come to it, less than 23, पतला दुबला है पर वेस्ट ज्यादा है, बीपी ज्यादा है, ट्राइग्लिसराइड ज्यादा है, शुगर ज्यादा है, या फैमिली हिस्ट्री. Now, this is an important slide. For male, the waist cannot be more than, this is hip, this is the waist, 90, and female 80. So teach your tailor, भाई मेरी पैंट नई मत बनाना, जीन्स नहीं बनाना. Teach your children to maintain this, and of course, all the parents. Put your hand on your neck. Feel for this. If you have these moles or warts, and if you have this black line, you have fatty liver. This is a syndrome, metabolic ill health syndrome. We call this acanthosis nigricans. Don't worry. अच्छा, अपने पड़ोस के मोहल्ले के सब नाइयों को समझा देना कि भैया कोई आ जाए ऐसा तो उसे कहना तू अपना लिवर हेल्थ चेक करा ले, बीपी नहीं होने देना. क्वेश्चन है, हम लोग कहते हैं कि सर बहुत टेंशन थी, काम बड़ा स्ट्रेसफुल था साहब, मुझे बहुत जगह जाना पड़ता है. Is it the person or the environment for your blood pressure or heart disease? This is an important slide. आपके घर में कोई बीमारी नहीं थी, आप बचे रहोगे, चाहे आप गड़बड़ भी खा लो, काम भी ना करो, आप बचे रहो. पर आपका चाइल्ड और ग्रैंड चाइल्ड, दे विल टेक your grandchild with slight change in environment, little extra food, even normal food, he will develop liver disease. So please remember, if you are a manufacturing means, sorry to say, manufacture मतलब parents को आप बदनाम ना करना. But if you are born like this, what can you do? You can't choose your mother. If you are born in a family with hypertension, diabetes, obesity, all this, then you need to learn to protect. भाई थोड़ा handicap है. Protect your children, grandchildren, keep them underweight. So now all of you plan when you will be 70 or 80. Your grandchildren should not say, I am a manufacturing. Correct the defect. You will be the future 2047 or beyond. Your children should say, oh, we were born from a healthy parent. So for personal health, ignorance is not bliss. My job today through UGC is that you be Nirogi, Dirgayu and Shatayu. So this is the basis for the project Smiles, and thanks again to Jagadesh ji that they have allowed this platform, a stronger India through 1 million health educated students. It's an idea, it's a hope for future of college students in India. You can study more, you will have more pleasures if you are healthy. What is our target? 1 million students between 18 to 25 Screen them for risk factors for non-communicable disease, means heart disease, blood pressure, lipids and all that. What all do we do? An online self-assessment. मुश्किल से 10 मिनट लगते हैं. Please do it in your university, in your family, on your own platforms. Get stratified the way I told you the questions. Then we do health education like this opportunity, detect fatty liver, prevent it. And then we give fatty liver warriors. You will be the change. So what we will, आपने ऑनलाइन सर्वे किया तो बिल्कुल हेल्दी निकले, मेंटेन इन द ग्रीन लाइन, गड़बड़ नहीं करना है लाइफ. If you are in the red, born with the same parents or yourself suffering due to overeating or whatever, well, we have to know you are at high risk. We have to bring you down here and here, and same from yellow to green. So the Smiles project is a stronger India through a health educated student. Each one of you is a doctor for your body and the body of those who do not listen or not aware. My aim through you is that give smiles to people. This is what we have done in last year. 13,000 students in Delhi were screened. Fortunately, 69% were healthy, but unfortunately, 31% at risk. One third between 18 to 25 already have risk, whether or themselves have problem. 11% are high risk. We have to change it. Let's see the weight of these individuals. Can you imagine that almost 40% of our young people are either overweight or obese? Let's look at how do they. 48% of students had a family history of one or more diseases. 20% were not even walking for 30 minutes a day. Total couch potatoes. 34% of the females had waist less than 80. Matlab, 2/3 of the female had big waist. Gone. Males to और बुरे. Males में 1 in 3, almost 28% had less waist. Well, the journey of Smiles so far has been rather slow. We have enrolled only 150 colleges out of maybe 3,000 plus. We have tried to do offline sessions. The number of 1 million is not possible with the current speed. I want not that we get anything more, but I want you to be the owner of your health. Please join, give smiles to your children and grandchildren. Our target, phase 1, is to screen 1 million, and I'll request one more time aggressively for our chairman to please help us in this mission. How we reach it, we can do every day this kind of a screening. We don't need money. We need your heart. We need your commitment. The activities we will do is to allow you to do self-assessment. You be the change. The students should train 10 more in return. Also, health education, awareness, not to get diabetes, not to get blood pressure. Maybe healthy liver will bring a healthy India. Phase 2, what we will do is to screen those yellow or the red ones, and then try to do that, their sugars, platelets, some blood test, and do counseling. So why we want to find out this 1/3 and to correct them, we also want the remaining 1/3 to remain, 2/3 to be healthy. So assuming 20% of the people will have red card, this is Delhi, maybe other places it is high. We will have out of 1,200,000 at high risk. Maybe more are borderline and maybe half are healthy. We aim, target interventions, and after 1 year, you would like to say, yes, हमने 60% से 50% या 50% से 60% लोगों को हेल्दी कर दिया. 10% अगर हमने हेल्दी बना दिए, maybe by end of 2 decades, more youngsters are healthy. So we would like to help your help to get the green and yellow. We also have a small appreciation for all those who become warriors in the project. Smiles. I know it may not mean much to you, but maybe your children will say, यार हमारे पापा ने हमारी मम्मी ने बड़ी हेल्प की थी कंट्री को बिल्ड करने के लिए because you are the warrior at home. You're not at the border, but you are the warrior for preventing disease. Don't you want to be a warrior to prevent disease? At least to show to your children? Well, with that, I'll give you 2 or 3 more minutes. How do you manage? Suppose अभी हो गया मेरे fatty liver, तो मैं क्या करूं? Well, some suggestions for UGC people to give it to the colleges, lifestyle change. First, fatty liver को ignore नहीं करना कि यार इतने लोगों को है क्या फर्क पड़ता है. But when there is a fire alarm, even with a cigarette smoke, you suddenly become alert. Please remember. So lose weight is your change one. 1 to 2 kilogram per month. My suggestion, every college should have a weighing scale at the entrance. कॉलेज में आए अटेंडेंस लगाए वहीं पे वेइंग स्केल पे देख लें भाई क्या है महीने में 2-3 बार थोड़ा सा फर्क पड़ेगा. अगर आपका वेट कम करना है तो कैलोरीज कम करेंगे. अगर आपकी कैलोरीज कम है इस आदमी के 14% फैट थी लिवर में 13%. 600 किलो कैलोरीज इन 4 वीक्स his liver fat became 5% से less. हेल्दी हो गया लिवर. Second, maybe it is already there in all colleges, but exercise. Remember, exercise means sweating plus 45 minutes. Before sweating is warm up. If you have in your lifestyle this as a habit, दिनचर्या में आ जाए. Remember, health is not given. You have to earn it. Don't go to a doctor till you are 40 or there is an emergency. Remember one more time, Nirogi and Dirghayu. If you have time, please give it to your liver and to your body. Third change, you become what you eat. The country fortunately has gone to millets. हम लोग कब से कह रहे हैं, but अब तो millet का year हो गया. It really will make a difference. So use millets more than others. Colored vegetables are the best thing. Walnuts, haldi, khala chana. Ghee is not bad, पर उसे पचाना पड़ेगा. How much you eat, don't take a full plate. Start with a dessert plate. Half of it is better. 1/4 stomach is much better. I hope all the UGC and all the colleges have a green kitchen. This will be very healthy rather than to have all fried food. It will keep your bacteria happy. Now, this is an important slide. New data, scientific. बड़ा फैशन है आजकल कि सर इंटरमिटेंट फास्टिंग कर लें, लॉन्ग फास्टिंग कर लें. आई एम गिविंग यू व्हाट हैपन्स व्हेन यू ईट. हियर इज ए गाय हु हैज लंच एंड ओनली डिनर. पूरा नहीं खाता वो, उसका हार्ट डिजीज ज्यादा होगा. देयर इज अनदर गाय हु कीप्स ईटिंग स्मॉल अमाउंट ब्रेकफास्ट लंच डिनर, हार्ट डिजीज होगा. वन हैज रात को 8 बजे से 2 बजे तक खाता ही रहता है. इट इज टेरिबल. What is needed? You have a good breakfast, a small or normal lunch, and a normal dinner. This is good. Conventional, all meals equal is good. See the right? And Ramadan fasting is good. Morning and night is good. This is to tell you your rhythm, dinacharya, becomes normal with your mind and your body. If you are having food, maybe after Suryast nahi khana, Suryodaya se baad mein khana. You will avoid fatty liver and maybe all diseases. So I'm not trying to make changes in your life, just to make you understand what is good for you. Choose. You want to be unhealthy? You want to be sick? Or you want to use this time restricted eating and changes in life. Why all this is important for a doctor? In Korea, 3 million Koreans were followed from 2009 to 13. 3 million. जिनको शुरू में फैटी लिवर नहीं था और फैटी लिवर हो गया, डायबिटीज डबल हो गई, हार्ट अटैक ज्यादा हो गया, स्ट्रोक हो गया, ज्यादा लोग मर गए. पर मोर इंपॉर्टेंट इज जिन्होंने फैटी लिवर से निजात पा ली, छुट्टी मिल गई, death was reduced by 17%. Don't you want to live long? It's a tip for longevity. Take your chances and then see you live long. Liver never ages. Our most beloved president, who was also a chancellor, signed and he said, I will give my liver, if at all my organs if required. We have some new initiatives. We will give you nutrition, we'll give you physio. We would like collaborations with others. But above all, we would like you individually to make the dream of 1 million healthy, educated young students to make India stronger. I would stop here. I would be happy to answer questions, but also would like one more time to thank the chairperson, chairman of the UGC, and all others for allowing a doctor to share his thoughts. Thank you so much, sir, and thanks everyone.
Thank you, Professor Sarin, for such a simple explanation on the importance of maintaining the health of liver. You have set a target of 1 million. In higher educational institutions, currently we have 43 million students. 1 million should be an achievable number. It's only about 2 to 2.5% of our students in the higher educational institutions. There is an open call from Professor Sarin, and UGC completely supports it. All the higher educational institutions, please do come forward and participate in this national program, which will help us build a healthy India. Thank you very much. I think Professor Sarin has also said he will take some questions. I request my technical team to look at the chat box and also see if there is any raised hand and unmute them so that they can ask the questions. I'm also checking if I have received any comments. So, Dr. Kanica, would you like to continue and then we will take the questions?
Sure, sir.
Right, please go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. At the outset, I would really like to thank you for giving us this second chance at this Chetna series. And I also thank Dr. Sarin, sir, who entrusted me with this such a huge initiative called Smiles. So we appeared, and I hope some of the known faces I could see who joined us last year in May as well. So I would just like to encourage the seniors here to enroll their colleges and universities under this initiative. So UGC sent across the official permission to more than 3,000 colleges last year, but we received active participation from only 150 institutions. So this Smiles initiative was conceptualized in ILBS last year in January, and we started the pilot phase of this in New Delhi with Department of Training and Technical Education and Higher Education with the necessary permissions. And through UGC, we reached out to more than 3,000 colleges last year after the Chetna series, sir. So once the UGC, they sent out the official email to all the institutions. We had their email IDs. So we also actually actively followed up with those institutions, and certain proactive colleges and universities, they responded back and appointed one nodal person from the teacher side and one from the student side. So we have a dedicated, multiple dedicated WhatsApp groups based on the zone of the country. So now we also conduct parallel in-person, offline, as well as offline health awareness sessions, which include special sessions as well. I will share the pictures. So when after this Chetna lecture, I hope that each of the college representatives who are with us today could appoint two nodal person from their college, one teacher and one student, preferably from the Student Central Association. via whom we could reach out to the numbers in that college or university. So this is our team here. We have two senior residents, Dr. Priyanka Shinoy and Dr. Priyanka Agarwal, and one dedicated project officer, Ms. Ishwarya. Either one of us will reach out and be in touch with the college or university, and we will share this QR code and this Google form link. So the students can scan this QR code and it opens that self-assessment online Google form, and which takes only 5 minutes to fill. And right there and then they can they have to fill all these details, socio-demographic details. Anthropometry, we share one guidance document, how to measure your height, weight, circumference, hip circumference, etc. History of any illness, personal history or family history like diabetes, hypertension, cardiac disease, known liver disease, etc. Certain questions related to their dietary patterns, physical activity, tobacco and alcohol use. And there and then within 5 minutes, they will get this score, which will tell them whether they are at high risk, intermediate risk, or low risk for developing fatty liver. So we have collated some feedback from the students regarding the SMILES initiative. So they say that it was a good way to evaluate myself and make me realize what I need to improve. It was good to learn about my health, and please continue to make people aware, especially young people. And one student wrote that I am overweight and therefore there are possibilities for me shortly to get affected by the ailments mentioned. And I must admit that it is a great initiative to see what an individual is facing. So we have now, we are close to 14,000. In the past 1 year, we were able to reach 14,000 students, mostly because of the UGC's efforts, sir. We could reach out to this network. So there's obviously a felt need in the students, and outcome is, as Sarin sir mentioned, that we aim to reach 1 million for risk stratification, robust risk stratification at the population level, and to put health and being at the core of the college education policy, and probably integrating into the curriculum the NCD risk factors. So these numbers are already shared by sir, 14,000, and we have conducted more than 100 online and offline sessions. So in and around Delhi, we also take offline sessions where our team visits the institution and helps the student with anthropometric measurements and take a 10 to 15 minute session on fatty liver prevention. So these are the numbers as already shared by sir. So these are a few pictures from various offline sessions in various colleges in Delhi. Offline sessions we could conduct only in and around Delhi NCR. And these are various online sessions and more than 150 colleges across India. Special sessions on diet, dietary, what to eat, when to eat, how much to eat, and the physical activity. These sessions were taken by our experts from ILBS, Dr. Varsha, and from the physiotherapy team at ILBS under SMILES initiative. And we were also very fortunate that Jose Williams, who is executive director at Dutch Liver Patients Association in Netherlands, she took the 50th online webinar for us. For more than 400 students, they joined online. So yeah, and this was a special camp at the Talkatora Stadium where the multiple camps were organized by the IPU University. So this is how our team helped the students there for various anthropometric measurements. So it is a kind request to all the seniors, the chancellors, vice chancellors, principals, directors. We need your support so that we can achieve our target of reaching out to 1 million in phase 1. We have also created a SMILES network. This is a WhatsApp group. I have also shared this link in the chat. In the chat box, and you can also scan this QR code. So actually through the emails, we write to you, and a certain proactive nodal persons, they get back with the response. So we have made this group so that you can directly join this group here during this Chetna session, so we can connect one-to-one with you and reach out to your college and share the Google link and the necessary information materials related to prevention of fatty liver and to lead a healthy lifestyle in general. So I request you all to pledge to educate at least 10 more on this growing epidemic. The various challenges that we still face for the implementation of SMILES initiatives is that this age group, 18 to 25-year-olds, very few are interested in the concept of fatty liver. So we have, from our side, we have tried to give certificates of warriors, as Sir shared, and honorariums to certain more who are able to cover more than 80-90% of their college students. We have now started giving honorariums to the warriors. So also a nodal person plays a very important role, whether it's or a student, because of the response rate that we have received over the last year. And for anthropometry, we have received the feedback that it is a challenge sometimes. So we have made a one-pager guidance note where we show a 1-minute video on how to correctly measure your waist circumference and how to check your weight, height, etc. So this is my email and my phone number, and you can directly reach out at either of these, and you can also join the WhatsApp group as we have shown here through after scanning the QR code. Thank you so much, sir.
Right. Thank you, Dr. Kanica. The phone number is available, email ID is available, and the QR code is available. All those who are watching this program, please take out your phone and join this SMILES network of ILBS and get benefited. There are a couple of questions which have come in the chat box. One of them is there is a growing alcohol consumption by young people, and how is it going to affect the health of liver, and what can be done about it? Professor Sarin.
This is a very pertinent question. जैसे करेला और नीम चढ़ा, alcohol also causes similar fat in the liver, and the fatty liver due to obesity or overeating also causes fatty liver. So दोनों मिलके बुरा हाल. Just to share that we have 2 patients admitted for liver transplant. One is 24-year-old and one is 25-year-old. They are overweight. They started drinking maybe just 5-6 years ago and they became so sick. Alcohol is a socially acceptable toxin, but you can't drink alcohol and get toxicated and injure liver. So if you have fatty liver and you drink alcohol, if your father, mother have diabetes, then you drink alcohol, you are not in good shape. It is very harmful. इसका ये मतलब नहीं आप पतले दुबले हो तो पी सकते हो, ये मतलब नहीं है. इसका ये मतलब है कि the two are worse and alcohol alone is terrible.
Right. Students in this age group, 18 to 25, they also undergo a lot of stressful situations, either because of admissions or the exam pressure in the colleges and universities, and then the job opportunities, the career growth. So all these factors lead to stress in the minds of these young people. So can stress cause damage to the liver? And what are the coping mechanisms to overcome stress?
The stress is because of the yellow or the blue light or the natural light. If you are in the blue light, whether on your mobile screen or on your computer screen, the melatonin, the hormone by the brain, is not produced. You don't get sleep. Don't get sleep, you continue to eat. If you eat, your bacteria keep awake. If they keep awake, your genes change. The Nobel Prize in 2017 was given to clock genes, in fact, to Dinacharya. So even if you have a stress, you get up at 4 in the morning, no problem. But try to sleep by 10. Do not eat 2 to 3 hours before your sleep. Your stress will go away. And the best medicine for de-stressing is exercise. This produces something like opium, morphine, called endorphins in the body. If you have good exercise in the morning, your whole day remain stress-free. So I would like you to understand that नॉर्मल जो हमारी भारत की जो दिनचर्या थी लोगों की, अगर वही रखें, ब्रह्म मुहूर्त में उठें, बहुत अच्छा है. हाँ, एग्जाम का स्ट्रेस होता है, पर वो स्ट्रेस इसीलिए कि हम पोस्टपोन कर देते हैं. एंड others have talked about it. As a doctor, we take so many stresses. Patient मर रहा है, बचेगा कि नहीं बचेगा, but we don't get stressed. We take the stress, don't get stressed. So my suggestion is, for removing stress, go to the gym. I can share with you, sir, a very interesting story. Not to praise myself, I was at Yale in 88 as a Fulbright. So I had got a lot of work done with one of my senior head of statistics in All India Institute. So when I went there, I wanted to publish that work. So somebody told me to go and meet a guy, a Jewish guy who was 67, Mary Louis or something. This was 4 o'clock in the evening. He started working till midnight. It was 12 in the night and he continued to work. Then we went to the main computer center, got a printout at 2 in the morning. I said, let's go and have a coffee. He says, for what? I said, I think I'm a little tired. He says, if you are tired, go for a walk. Coffee is for the pleasure of it. This guy worked till morning without getting stressed. Not a doctor, he was a statistician. He was very energetic in the morning. And he told me something which I thought as a life experience I can share you. Coffee, tea, even alcohol for the taste, if at all, but not to de-stress yourself.
Right. So whether it is a fatty liver or a healthy liver, are there any possibilities of liver infection and how can we prevent it?
The fatty liver is like a bad soil. A bad soil gets insulted very fast. If your liver is fat-free, you don't get any generally infections. More so like liver abscess, like hepatitis or drug injury. अच्छा आजकल क्या, जरा सा सिर दुखा, 2 गोली ये खा ली, 2 गोली, जरा से जोड़ में दर्द हुआ, you keep popping in pills. Please don't use this lifeline. Use your normal health, your resistance, and avoid any medicine. Just see that you are in good shape. थोड़ा सा आँखों का स्ट्रेस कम कर लिया, थोड़ा माइंड का कम कर लिया. So liver, your drug injury is more, alcohol injury is tremendous, your virus and other injuries are more. So keep your liver fat-free, healthy.
Right. There is one yellow hand there. Technical team, may please unmute.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm very grateful to you for starting a UGC CHETNA series. But my one suggestion is there, in addition of this fatty liver and all health related problems, please start career counseling also. And as well as nowadays, a lot of students from Haryana and Punjab, they are going abroad, so immigration counseling, and as well as pre and post marital counseling. So this is my suggestion. I salute you for starting a new beginning on behalf of UGC. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Yeah. Next, please unmute.
Good afternoon. I just want to make a suggestion for the immediate success of this proposal. Can UGC send a request circular to all the higher education institutions, primarily the universities, where large number of students are there, and they do have health centers also in all the universities. It could be a very successful exercise to work through the health centers and to tag on with the ILBS. And we could also facilitate some of the nodal officers in the universities will be able to facilitate this. But kind of a suggestive circular from UGC will be very helpful in this regard.
Sure, sir. You yourself are a doctor. We will take your suggestion very seriously. We will definitely write about this SMILES program to all the educational institutions.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Right. Next question.
Hello. Okay.
Please go
Good
ahead.
afternoon. Good afternoon, Honorable Chairperson and Professor Sarin and Dr. Kaushal. We at Vishwa Bharati deeply appreciate this wonderful initiative of SMILES and UGC. And we have been engaged over the years with research in diabetes, and fatty liver has a very strong association with obesity and diabetes. I would like to share with you that we have initiated research in this direction to look for certain molecular markers which will help in the progression of fatty liver. So I think Professor Sarin will agree that we yet do not have proper diagnostic markers. And for a long time, fatty liver remains asymptomatic, which is one of the main reasons of its alarming incidence. Isn't it, Professor Sarin?
You're absolutely right. If we go for markers, then the whole thing goes in the hands of doctors or healthcare workers. This initiative is just self-test, and self-test is actually, to my mind, where bottom-up approach. Every student, every parent,
Absolutely.
Now markers are there. I mean, the latest is ELF, expanded liver function. This is a very expensive test. There are so many of them. So I wouldn't go into detail. I'm very happy that you are taking part in it and you have research going on to this. And Vishwa Bharati has a big name. I'm sure you
Yes,
will
sir. And we would really like to join this SMILES initiative to have this programs at our university also. So it's a wonderful initiative.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you. We look forward
Thank you.
to your participation. There is one question in the chat box. It says, is vitamin supplementation good or bad for liver health?
Well, if you have a normal good diet, which is a balanced diet, you don't need any vitamins, any calcium, any vitamin D, or any other supplement which people say for bodybuilding and all that. Please remember, your diet must be balanced. If you're not aware of what you should eat, अच्छा आप गाड़ी के अंदर पेट्रोल भरते हो, देखते हो यार सबसे बढ़िया क्वालिटी का पेट्रोल, कभी खाने पे सोच के देख कि क्या मेरा खाना सबसे बढ़िया क्वालिटी का है, 7 स्टार है या 3 स्टार. So please learn about diet. I just showed you one picture. Let me give you a simple thing. Chinese make a plate. उस प्लेट को वो 4 में डिवाइड करते हैं. एक में खाना होना चाहिए, एक में पानी, एक में हवा, एक में बाकी जगह. 1/4 ही खाने के लिए कहते हैं. हमारी पद्धति में भी यही है कि खाना इतना खाओ, 1/4 से 1/3, बाकी में हवा या पानी की जगह छोड़ो. हम क्या करते हैं, यहाँ तक खा लेते हैं. तो क्या खाना है, कितना खाना है, कितने बजे खाना है, इसके बाद विटामिन्स की, सप्लीमेंट्स की जरूरत नहीं.
Right. Professor Reddy, please go ahead.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes, please go ahead.
First, let me congratulate you for an excellent idea, excellent session. The very concept is useful for us all through. You know, it's a very good initiative on best practices. Now, just one suggestion I have. Every university in the country goes through Diksharam. We spend about 2 weeks with the students when they join. We go through yoga, we go through discipline, we go through curriculum, internships, summer internships, etc. It's an excellent idea to introduce in every college and university to go through this health test, health checkup, and tell the student. They must give a lecture, 1 or 2 hours lecture as a part of the Diksharam, and tell them this is what. Just a suggestion, sir. But congratulations to the speakers and thank you for the initiative.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. There is one more question. Recently, we have seen some COVID patients, undergoing some heart problems. Perhaps COVID virus may affect the heart muscles. That is what we read in the media. So is there a possibility that the COVID patients may have a similar impact on liver health?
Well, COVID generally is a virus which affects the lungs. But the maximum toxicity of the virus where it stays is intestine and also to the liver. From there, it affects through its toxins all other organs. So people who have COVID and long COVID have diarrhea, they have malabsorption, they have weaknesses, but that is because the virus multiplies there and the effect on the heart is a result of that. To directly answer that many patients with COVID have cardiac problems is because the blood vessels have an inner lining called endothelium. The endothelial damage occurs to COVID. I strongly suggest if somebody has this, he should go to a specialist. Such people have low blood pressure. Their medicines for blood pressure may go away. They may have difficulty when they get up. They get giddiness because the blood pressure goes away. However, COVID is just one infection of a virus. You don't want people who were healthy, who were having good immunity due to their liver, did not get COVID. What can a virus do to you if you are strong? What can a bacteria do to you? Keep your body strong. Be a part of Smiles and say those who are in Smiles did not get the next pandemic or epidemic of infections.
Very nice. Keep your body strong. Keep your mind also strong. And it is never too late to start this process, whether you're a young person or elderly person. I think all of us should work on building a healthy India. And Professor Sarin and Dr. Kanica are doing a wonderful job in educating and in creating awareness about the health of liver. My request to all of you to please watch this program again. This will be available on all our UGC social media platforms. We will also be writing to you about this SMILES program. Please encourage your students in the age group of 18 to 25 to participate in this program in large numbers so that not just 1 million, we should exceed 1 million of students who will participate in this program. So with thanks to Professor Sarin and...
Just wanted to say something, sir, if you permit me, 1 minute.
Right.
Like you have 5-star, 7-star, hotels or hospitals. Can't we have 5-star, 7-star college health? So a college which has achieved X number of healthy students, let's say 90% of the students are healthy, they get 5-star, 85%. I'm just giving you arbitrary just to motivate people that this college has the best student health.
Right.
The sports marks as well as this marks, and maybe you can find a mechanism of awarding these, and this can give incentive. The second small humble submission is every single month, maybe first Monday or last Saturday or whichever day is a health day. And if you have it as a health day and the SMILES targets are met, I think we should achieve. We need to have 1,000 students per day to have 300,000 this year. I earnestly request you, and through you, as Dr. Tyagarajan and others said, all colleges, 1,000 per day is our target. And many, many thanks again, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. So with those comments from Dr. Sarin, we will conclude here. Thank you very much.